And hello. Oh, dear me, what's going on here? There we go, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see us. There we are, there we are. Okay, so hello and welcome to the FGC Designers podcast. So I'm Esmond, aka UIU Shen in the world of gaming. So I'm a UX designer for Booking.com, but outside of my day job, I'm also the lead designer of the UK and EU division of the premium esports organisation called UIU. So this channel is basically a platform that is different to your usual gaming podcast, where it's tailored against, expert gameplay or established streamers or content creators. However, this channel is tailored to all visionaries, creative individuals such as graphic designers, illustrators, video editors, photographers, UI, UX, you name it. Because we want to play a huge part in establishing big brands within gaming and also outside of it as well. So with that said, thank you guys for joining. We have a very, very special guest here tonight, who is Thaís Durães, who is here, the voice actress of Katarina Alves in Tekken 7. So believe it or not, she's also a former designer as well. So welcome. How are you? Let's see, she unmutes her mic.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Shen.
Yeah, as just to double check the voice.
I'm good. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm great. I'm anxious to talk about everything.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. It's awesome having you here. It's a very, very different type of content that I'm distributing out, so I'm glad to have you as a first guest. Is everything all right?
Wait, I'm actually not listening to you through my phone.
Are you not? You're having technical difficulties, are you?
I was listening to you through the Twitch live.
Oh, okay. Are you not listening through Discord then, or you should be listening to Discord?
Yes.
You got it working now?
Oh, you're muted.
Huh? Alright, okay, cool. So we managed to get things going now, so hopefully that's working on her end. So anyways, let's get going with the questions, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing echo on your end. So are you hearing me on Discord, or are you hearing on your phone with Twitch?
No, not through Discord.
Through Discord. You might have to turn the volume down on your Twitch, just so I don't hear myself twice. Does that work?
I think you're muted on Discord.
No, mute me on Twitch. Mute the Twitch, but don't mute me on Discord. Keep the sound on the Discord if you don't mind. Hopefully we'll get around it. It did work before.
Wait, just a second.
Is that working?
Okay, now you're good.
We're good, finally. Alright, okay, so first of all, how are you, and how is quarantine life treating you then?
I'm good. I think everybody's going through a roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some good days and some bad days.
Yeah.
But I keep saying that I'm safe and I'm healthy and I cannot complain because there are people struggling these days, so that's it.
Yeah, I agree. So are you're coping well with it? Are you staying at home most of the time? What are you doing in your spare time then?
Yes, I'm staying at home. It's been like 50 days right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even cross the street. I ordered everything.
Oh,
clean everything, and that's it.
oh
I'm a
wow.
bit bored
Yep.
because I don't have much to do. I
Mhm.
cannot
Mhm.
work. Uh, I couldn't work before. Last week I started voice acting from home,
Mhm.
and this gave me a bit of a new energy
Oh, that's
and
good. That's
something to
good.
do.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're coping well with the quarantine. It's
Yeah.
still pretty crap in the UK because we don't even know what's going on. Like the rules just keeps changing. Even I don't even know what's going on. So I'm just gonna stay home until everything's been a bit
Yeah.
more cleared. So at the moment it doesn't make any sense to
No,
me. So
last thing.
yeah. So
And
Ty.
here in Brazil, it's quite a mess. Our president doesn't know what to do, so he
Mm.
only does weird stuff. So I'm gonna stay home. That's
Yeah,
it.
you may as well. You may as well stay home because even our government doesn't know what's going on either. You know, our government is coming out with weird rules and like saying like you can go out more now and you can have people in your house as long as they're a cleaner. And then it's like, okay, but I'm not allowed to see my family. It's very, very confusing. So until they got that
Yeah.
cleared, then I'll think about going out. But in the meantime, I'm gonna stay safe, and you should stay safe as well. I think everyone should stay safe until people know what's going on with the outside world at the moment. It's just completely a roller coaster. Let's put it that way. So Ty, tell us about yourself. What do you do?
Yeah. I'm an actress. I'm 32 years old, and I started acting with 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My goal was to work with theater plays and maybe movies. I went to drama school
Mm-hmm.
and then started voice acting, which
Oh, nice.
became my passion. It's my true passion.
And how long?
So these days I don't work with theater plays anymore. I
Okay.
do want to.
Mm-hmm. So how
Hmm?
long? How long have you been being a voice actress for? How long have you been doing that?
Uh, for 12 years now. Yes, 12
Wow,
years. I started it in 2008.
that's a long time. 12
Yeah.
years. Wow, that's amazing. But before we go,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I stayed 2 years in Milan where I didn't work with that, but
Hmm. Okay. But before we go into the questions about your character, Katarina Alves in Tekken, let's get into the design questions first, because you were a designer before you were a voice actress. So how did you get into
okay.
your career of design? How did you get into design?
Actually, I wasn't a designer before I was into voice acting. It was
Oh, okay.
something that happened in the middle of it.
Okay.
It started a bit unintentionally. Um, my parents are graduated in fine arts. I'm not so sure if that's the way we can say
Oh,
it.
okay. That's cool. Art is art. It's
uh,
still something,
my
right?
dad worked as a designer when he was younger.
Mhm.
Huh?
Mhm. Carry on.
and and then I was like, I entered the design world because of Harry Potter. Actually,
Oh, really? Harry Potter?
I was
That's
like a
interesting.
seriously Potterhead, and yeah,
That's
I was
really
a
interesting.
Potterhead, and I started to be a part of this forum called Potterish,
Mhm. Mhm.
and we all had these signature banners and icons, gifs, and all. And I started playing with Photoshop to learn how to do that stuff.
Awesome.
And then some friends asked me, "Oh, can you help me with this photo to remove my pimples, acne stuff, you know?" And I was like, "Okay, I can try. I can try." Teenagers with a lot of acne happening.
Yeah.
And one day after the drama college, a friend of mine called me asking for uh, to like remaster his logo. He had a logo. He's a developer,
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah.
but he logo was old and pixelated, and he was like, I want the same thing. I just want to remake it, like to redraw it. Okay, okay, I can do that.
Nice,
And
nice.
then he got a job, and the client wanted something to make the brand or the branding,
Hmm.
and he asked if I wanted to do it. And I was like,
Oh, nice.
I'm no designer. I can try and show you something, and if you like it, you can try to sell it to him.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And he was like, okay. So that was my first logo. It was for All American, and it started like playing around, and I actually really like that logo.
Yeah, you know what? We actually got that logo. You sent it over to me, so we'll actually look at it in a bit. So basically, we'll go through all the questions, then we'll talk about your work, and then hopefully we can showcase some of your work to the people that are viewing. If that's okay. All right. So that's awesome. I,
Okay.
I I didn't know like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was a very crazy story about how you got into design. That's awesome. So in
Yeah, and everything that I learned, it was like something on demand, like
hmm.
a client that recommended me to another client, and they told me what they wanted, and I started studying. I studied the softwares. At first I used CorelDRAW, and I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
okay,
Never heard
it's
of that
not
one.
enough.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Illustrator, started to do some real design studying, did some courses. I even wanted to apply for a college, but
Oh,
it's
really?
too expensive here in Brazil.
Right,
And I was
right.
like, okay, I cannot do that. I don't have time to do that. And it wasn't really my focus. I wanted to pursue the voice acting and then
Mhm,
acting
mhm.
career. So
Right, right. And did you find the courses help? Did they help you learn? Were they helpful?
yes, 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 a lot, because I had this I had some ideas and some concepts on visual
Mhm.
design and breathing and space and patterns, but I didn't have the technical skills to do that,
Mm.
and like what should work and what shouldn't work. So I was always testing stuff, and the courses helped me to like, instead of making a few steps, I could like, okay, I know that won't work, so I'm gonna be there.
Ah, I see. I see. So I like that test and learn approach because that's how I go about doing my work as well. I like to test things out, see what works, what doesn't work. And that's how I go about my career as well. Like you always learn from your mistakes, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
If you see the file I sent you with the All American,
Yeah.
I started like with round stuff and scratching stuff. It was horrible.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely have a look. We'll have a look into that later. We'll have a look into that later. But we'll get through all the questions and then we'll definitely have a look at your work. So what is your creative process? So how do you achieve your final result when it comes to designing like your logo? How did you get from start to finish?
I always like to ask the clients what they are looking for and what they don't want to, because what I learned in the process is that sometimes, like once I created an orange logo. It was
Mhm.
all orange,
Mhm. Mhm.
and the only reply the client gave me is, "I hate orange."
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I have to remake it from scratch because it's not going to work with other color.
Okay.
So
That's interesting.
I learned that I have to understand what they want and what they don't want.
Mhm.
So I always ask for color palettes that they could like, or fonts, that type of fonts they like. And then I start to like I write the ideas that represents the brand.
Yes.
Like there's
Yes.
this brand, Iris Environmental Laboratories,
Mm-hmm.
and they have all this concept behind the brand. So I get this concept and try to reconstruct some elements and create something. I like abstract logos. I'm not the ones that, if I don't know, if it's a tiger brand, not gonna draw a real tiger. I like
Yeah.
more abstract
You
stuff.
like more abstract logos. Okay. That makes sense. And do your clients, how do they respond to your
Yeah.
abstract logos? Do they like them, or do they ever come back to you and say, I want something else? How do they respond to your abstract logos?
No, they always liked it. There was this the All American client. He liked the logo, but he wanted something with an eagle
An eagle?
because of the name
Okay.
All American Eagles.
Uh, yeah, that
And I was
sounds
like,
quite typical.
okay, but
Eagles,
there's not.
Americans.
It was like a vending machine. Yeah,
Uh,
and they sell. Yeah, and they sell vending machines. You know, the ones that
hmm.
you put a coin and it drops a
Yeah,
ball
yeah,
with
yeah,
a toy
yeah.
inside.
I know of it. Yeah, we have them in
Where's
the
the
UK as
eagle?
well.
So I was like, okay, let's talk.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What's an eagle and a vending machine got to do with
So
each
I
other?
did
They got
something
no
else. I put
relevance.
the movement
Okay.
in there, but
USA, USA.
yeah. And the name on the vending machine was beaver. I was
Okay,
like,
so they
okay,
want.
we can put a beaver there, but not an eagle.
What? Okay, so it's a vending machine, and the company's called Beaver, and he wanted an eagle. Wow, this sounds like a,
Yeah.
a client I never want to work with. What the hell? This is too
Yeah.
funny.
No, the name on the vending machine was beaver,
Oh,
but
okay,
they sell
okay.
this vending machine.
Right. Oh my god, that's very confusing. That's very. I would look at it and think, what is going on?
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes the client doesn't know what he wants. That's
Yeah,
the thing
yeah,
that I learned. You can
yeah.
show a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
and then he is like, "Oh no, I don't think it's that." And then they come back to the first idea you gave.
Yeah, yeah. It's always good to have a few ideas. Have a few drafts ready for them, just so they can pick and choose. But
Yeah.
I think the problem with that I have sometimes as a designer is when you show too many options. When you show them like 30, and they never pick the one that you want. They never pick the one that you want them to pick. They always pick the rubbish one. So I always narrow it down to like 4 or 5
Yeah.
designs. My 4 or 5 favorite, and then just send them that. I never send them like 10 or
Yeah.
anything like 10 to 20, because they'll never ever pick the one that you want. They'll always pick the rubbish one, or they try and mix 2 rubbish ones together. So like that's why I always like do 4 or 5 at the most. I won't
Yeah.
send any more. So how many options do you normally send to your clients?
I remember when I went, and usually I sent like I created a lot, and then I sent one, and I was hoping to get some from that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, I'm going through a path that they like, or am I not? But if they usually, I don't know, if they like the guy from the orange logo, he didn't like. He told me, I like the idea, but I hate orange.
Hmm.
Okay, so that won't work with other color. So I created another thing, and he was like, I prefer the other one, but not orange. It's like, okay. So I
Okay.
created like 5 other things, and he was like, okay, now I like it. Like, but usually I sent one, and I see to where can we go together.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. It's always that difficulty, isn't it, when they can never make a decision. But I'm glad that you were able to
Yeah,
deal with that. Like dealing with difficult clients is always a troublesome thing. Is learning how to deal with like difficult clients, and how do you control or manage their expectation, if you know? So what is design like in Brazil anyway? So like, is it respected? Is it, because I know in like Chinese culture, a long time ago, design wasn't very well respected. It was like, you know, if you're not a doctor or a lawyer or a banker, then you're not really making any money. You know, like that's how my family or you know my relatives used to think. But now, you know, design has completely changed. It's become like such a big thing now. It's very, very well respected in, you know, in Asian culture now. So I'm wondering, if is it the same in Brazilian culture? Is, you know, is design respected in Brazil?
Yeah, we have like huge names in here that got some. Uh, I forgot the word. How can I say it? Oh my God, I forgot the word. Like they can shine a bit more
Okay, okay.
because of other types of designers, I
Mm,
can say.
mm.
Like we have some architects that uh, de- devolved like a huge scenario for us in Brazil,
Mm.
like Oscar Niemeyer, who's huge all over the world.
Yep,
And
yep.
then we have some other designers that got the chance to show their work around the world.
Mm.
And in Brazil, we have this problem that if you want to be huge here, sometimes you have to be huge somewhere else, and then you
Ah,
can shine
okay.
here.
Right, right. So if I want to be,
It's
if I want to be
weird,
huge in,
but we have. I think we have a.
so I was saying before, like if I want to be huge in Brazil, I need to be huge in the UK, right? In order to be respected in Brazil. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. We have, but it's a form of art, right? And
Yeah.
here in Brazil, there are people who says that art is not a way of living.
Yeah. You,
It's just a hobby that
yes.
one can make, you know.
Mm, mm.
And of course, we have clients and clients. Like I never worked for big clients, and it was never my goal to do that. I worked with small companies and small clients,
Mm-hmm.
but we have people here that make seriously freaking awesome work for huge companies, and they do a really good job with that. And but it's a tough path to follow.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. You know, design is not an easy path. You have to be very resilient. Gotta learn how to take on board constructive criticism. You know, you're gonna be knocked down quite a lot of times if you want to be a designer. You know, it's the only way to improve. So like my question to you is like, how do you handle criticism? If someone
Yeah.
gives you comments, negative comments about your work, how do you handle that? You know, do you take it well, or do you get emotional about it, or?
Um,
'Cause I used to be really emotional. I used to take it to
I
heart.
think I learned uh, as a child.
Mm,
I think I learned as a child how to take criticism because of
mm-hmm.
theater.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
because
Yeah, that's interesting.
we had directors that uh, came to us and said some stuff like, do that, don't do that. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like explaining myself, no, but I was thinking that I can do that and I can try that. And he was like, if you understood, just show me you understood and make something. You don't need to explain yourself.
Yeah.
So that's something that I learned quite
Mm.
young, and I take that for my whole life. So at the
Oh.
beginning, I was quite mad with the clients, like, you don't understand. What am I doing? I need to show you. But they
Oh man.
that's the truth. They don't understand. And
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
make them understand my point, but
Yes,
I also
yes.
have to understand their point.
Yes.
And like I worked a lot with my husband. He's a developer,
Oh,
And
nice,
he called
nice.
me to work with him
Mm-hmm.
for a client. He was going to make the website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he wanted me to make the layout. So I studied
Yes.
a bit
Okay.
of user experience to make it, but there was some stuff that I created, and he told me that doesn't work for me. I cannot program this. And I was like, why not? It's not just an image. I have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make the way to that. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so I have
yeah,
to change it.
yeah.
So it works for the clients, like they need to understand my point and I need
Mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
understand theirs. And also I have to understand what can I do, right? So criticism, I think it's only there to make us grow. So grow.
I agree. I agree. Criticism is here to, you know, make us better, become better versions of ourselves, right? It helps us grow. It helps us take on board and learn to better ourselves, and in turn, better our designs, our process as well, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I thought that was a very interesting story when your husband has said, "I'm a developer. No, that's not going to work. You know that doesn't work for me." I'm like,
Yeah.
what was your response to that? How did you? What did you say to him? Did you say to him, "Well, I want it like that. And you're going to code it that way"? What did you say to him?
No, at the beginning I was like, but can you change this? Like it's just a button and I want this button here. It doesn't work if the button's in here. And he
Oh
was
my,
like, no, I
this sounds
cannot
like
put
work
this
for me.
button here because I have a code and this button will not work here. I
Yeah.
have to make, and oh, can I make a wave? No, you cannot put a wave there. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. You can't.
So I learned a bit of programming too, but just a little bit. So
Yes, yes. I think that's also an issue is developing that understanding between a developer and a designer, and trying to make sure that you speak the same language, making sure that you both have an understanding of each other's process, right?
yes,
So like for a designer, they may come up with something amazing and beautiful that looks great on paper, looks great on the screen, but when you come to develop it and code it, it's impossible because there's too many things going on, you know? So sometimes as designers, we have to learn to not be too precious with our
yeah,
designs, but make sure that it works, that it functions well before it actually looks good. That is my opinion when it comes to design now. As long as it works, as long as it looks pleasant, and it does look good, but it doesn't have to look amazing for it to not work, then I think that is a good logic to have. But I think as designers, we always get very precious. We always like, but I want it that way. I want it to look that way. Why can't you code it that way? I used
yeah,
I used to deal with like designers like that a long time ago, but you know, I kind of learned how to manage their expectations. And I used to be that way. I used to be like, no, I want it that way. No, I want it that way. You know, and I used to be very, very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. I'm like, well, you don't code it that way, then we're done. We're done. I'm going to find another developer if you can't code it the way I want it to. But you gotta learn how to communicate as a designer when you're working in a team, and I think that's a skill that develops over
yeah.
time. You know. Anyway, so now that we've gone
There's
over,
one thing that I really it got me like very angry
okay,
when I designed something for a layout. It's the breathing. How some my husband was always worried about the breathing and he likes clean stuff,
yeah,
but there were some developing like the space between things. I put it like there's a picture here and a line here. This is my concept. When they programmed it, when they coded it, it was like this picture with this line, and I was like, ugh, ugh.
oh god, yeah, I get like that. I get
It
like that
doesn't
when I see
work.
work. When I see work that doesn't suit me, or if I feel like something's out of place, I get a bit, twitchy. Like, oh god, I need to do something about it. And okay, here's another
Yes.
here's another
Ugh.
question. Here's another question I want to throw at you. Okay, right? Lately on Twitter and on
Okay.
Facebook, I have been getting a lot of shit from people for not liking Comic Sans as a font. Yeah? And people are saying to me, Comic Sans is a great font. What are you talking about? I'm like, are you mad? Are you kidding me? Like, Comic Sans is not a font. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And people are actually saying to me, like, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Shen? Comic Sans is amazing. How could you not like it? And I'm like, it's shit. How do you feel about Comic Sans? I really want to know. You tell me. How do you feel about Comic Sans?
I feel like if I get a client that makes me really mad and angry about something, I'm gonna give him a logo made out of Comic Sans.
No way.
Because it's a shitty font. Come on.
It is a shitty font.
I know there are some designers that can make something good out of it, but it's rare. I don't know. I don't know why is this still on.
I know. It's like everyone's tagging me in Comic Sans post. Stop it, people. Stop it. Stop doing that. It's seriously killing me. And it's killing my friend here too as well. Stop it. So yeah, I don't understand. Like, it's almost like
I gotta say that it made me laugh so much. The Comic Sans word.
I know. It's become like a meme now, hasn't it? Like Shen, the Comic Sans specialist, is now becoming the trend now. I somehow made Comic Sans more popular than it needs to be. I don't know how I did it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But just imagine, right? Just imagine. And I'm gonna
The thing is, a font has to represent the idea.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I cannot think of any idea that is well represented by Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Can you see like Captain Marvel?
Yeah, imagine that in Comic Sans. Imagine my hat in Comic Sans. Oh my god, that would be horrible. And I'm gonna challenge all these viewers. Yeah, if you really think Comic Sans is such a great font, then why don't you guys change all your banners, all your fonts to Comic Sans? I challenge you guys to do that, and then prove to me that Comic Sans is a great font by doing that. If you change your banners, then I'll be convinced. If not, it's still a shit font. Oh god. Right. Enough about Comic Sans. It's making me sick.
Show, like Comic Chains. Fortress just wrote it.
Yeah. I'm not talking about Comic Sans anymore. Let's just change the subject. It's making me sick thinking about it. It's making me sick. I'm gonna get queasy about it. You know, it's gonna be worse than a coronavirus. You know what I mean? Oh god. Right. So
Shit is getting real.
It's getting real. It's getting real. People are still responding to it. Stop responding, people. Right. Okay. Right, Ty. I want you to give some advice to the viewers, if you don't mind, because we have a lot of upcoming designers that really want to get into the world of esports or even become designers in their careers, right? So, what advice do you give to our viewers if they want to become a graphic designer, if they want to take graphic design or a creative field as a profession? What advice would you give them?
Study a lot. Have a focus. Set your goals and focus on that. Try a lot. Allow yourself to make mistakes. You can learn a lot with that. And try to think outside the box. You gotta see the world, even if it's from your home. If you're not, if you don't have the means to travel, but you gotta see the world because we gotta know what's happening there in this scenario. And thinking outside the box is hard. It's quite easy to make the same stuff.
Yeah.
Set your goals. That's it. Focus on that.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Is like don't be afraid to make mistakes. I think when I created the Discord channel, the design Discord channel, there were a lot of people that joined, but they were very, very shy about their work. And it's like you will never ever get the feedback, you'll never get the advice that you want if you're too afraid to show off your work. You know, you gotta be actively looking for feedback in order to improve, because if you just keep hiding your work and then show it when it's finished, the chances are the finished article might not get the reception that you want, you know. So it's always good to show your process, like show like your planning, your ideas, and then there'll always be people that will be giving you good feedback or giving you you know, good feedback in order to help you to improve the idea or to improve the final outcome of your design. And that's what I want to try and stress to people in the Discord chat. Is like, if people are so shy of showing their work, then they will never ever get the professional help or the professional feedback that they need. So don't be shy, people. Honestly, it's, you know, try and get as much feedback as possible. You know, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because everyone makes mistakes. Everyone always make mistakes in order to learn. That's how you learn, right? You like you know. Like when I was a kid, I like riding a bike, it took me probably about 10 tries for me to actually ride a bike. But you know, you may take 10 tries to get a final outcome that you want, but at least don't see it as like 9 steps of failure. See it as 9 steps to success. That is the way I see things, you know. That is the outlook I tend to look at when I look into design. I don't look at it as failures. I look at it as like 9 steps to get the final outcome that I want, you know. So yeah, not 10, 100, whatever. So these people are trying to correct me. Yeah. So right.
And you also have to think that you can always evolve.
Yeah.
Like there's some stuff that I did that I look today and I think, oh my god, that's so ugly. At the time, I thought it was awesome. The client loved it. He bought it. But today I look and it's not that good. But that's evolving, so it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, Ty, are you ready to show some of your work to our viewers? Are you ready?
Let's show it.
You want to do it? Okay, right. All right. I'll you know what? Since we spoke about the American brand of the vending machine, shall we talk about that one? And then let's talk about how you got to the final logo, the final outcome of that project, okay? All right. So if we switch over to the design intermission, bear with us a minute, guys. Okay. So I believe it is this one. Can you see my screen? Ty?
Yes.
Okay, so here's your draft.
Yes.
Do you want to explain what your thoughts are on this one?
The one with the eagle, the blue
this one?
round stuff. It was the original logo.
There's blue one here.
No, the
oh, this one
below.
here. Oh, this one. Okay. So that's the original logo.
Right below with the eagle head. Yes, that was the original one.
That's the original one. Yeah. Okay,
and
got you.
Okay, what can I do here to like play around?
Yeah.
And I got some references there, and there's the other file.
Okay. Do you want me to go to the next one?
I wanted to have the element of movement.
Yep. So this one.
And also I got this idea of the round ball. I don't know how to say that thing.
Oh, okay.
And
the globe.
I decided to use it like the capsule to make it with the movement of it falling down from the machine.
Oh, okay.
And
I see that now.
it also was some. It was also some detail from the vending machine. There's another archive that I show, the last one.
Okay.
That I show the elements that I got, the ball and the detail, and it was it. I originally thought on it with yellow and blue, but the client didn't want yellow. He wanted red to represent North American colors.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I can see the
I was like,
red.
okay.
I can see the red and the blue here.
I like more the yellow version, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So is this the yellow one, basically, that they didn't like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next one.
It was more into the red one, and it was actually a Brazilian client. He bought the machines from the United States, but he sold it here.
Right, right. Okay, let's have a look at the next thing. Oh, these are nice. I like that. Looking very nice.
Yeah, the business cards.
So they've gone for the red and blue. I like that. It represents the American flag, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did all the stationery with both colors, but I don't have all the archives anymore, so or all the files anymore.
I see. Oh, I like that. You know, even though they didn't want to use the yellow, I can see the stationery. The envelope is very nice as well. I like how the like how you got that pattern, you know, that stroke pattern at the back of the envelope. That's really, really nice. And these are just, is this just the brand, is it? Oh, okay. These are some ideas, right?
It was like a guide to present to the client, explaining. You can see the detail that from the beaver machine.
I
like
see.
Where did I get the
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like, so this is where you got the idea from. That's really clever. You know what they remind me of? They remind me of Pokeballs. You know, the Pokemon balls.
Yeah.
And I liked how you didn't make it look like a Pokemon ball. Otherwise, it would. But you made it look quite unique. But if you had red and white, then I would be like, that looks too much like Pokemon. But you actually, you know, changed it with the red and the blue. It doesn't look anything like Pokemon now. It looks like a unique design. Oh, I like how you put the references in the Pantones, the RGB, CMYK. That's very, very cool. And then you got the red there as well. That's awesome as well. Really like that.
And that was the first time that I made like a guide for a client, because it was my first client. I had no idea of how to make it, so I was like improvising of everything I thought was useful for them, because I know that there's a lot of confusion, like something you make for web design and something you make to print.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, this guy is gonna mess everything when he prints it. It's going to be another color.
No, I like what you did there. I like how you referenced the colors. You made sure that the colors have been referenced properly with the Pantones, the RGB, CMYK. I think that's really, really good. I think let's see. Is this what does this mean? Symbolo All American. What's that page? What does this mean?
It would be like symbol. Because it's like the draw, and then I explain the typography, the text. The text.
Okay,
so First show the draw, then
That's really cool. I really liked how you put the images, like where the idea came from. That really shows your thought process. That really shows like where your thinking is at, where the idea came from. That like I always get excited by not always the final product, but I always get excited like how you got to that final outcome, and I can sort of see sense of why you decided to do the logo this way. It really, really makes a lot of sense to me. And I think it's got some.
And there's something interesting about it. This project. I did it with my friend, right?
Yeah.
And when I prepared this guide, I sent it to him, and he was like, okay, this is too much information. We don't need that. So he did like idea, then the vending machine, and the logo ready, all done. And then the colors And the client was like, what is that? Why did you choose this? And I was like, okay, Kawe, please send him everything. And he sent it, and the client was like, okay, now I understand. Now I like it.
No, I really like the style guide. Yeah, it's very simple. It's you pretty much outlined your process. You talked about where the idea came from. You even image referenced where the idea came from, which is great as well. And like, even though they said they wanted an eagle, you still managed to capture that American feel to your logo by using the colors, but also using the strokes. I think the way you incorporated all of that, it really made a lot of sense. I really like the thought process behind this. It's really, really good, and I like the style guide as well. That for you to tell your client where the ideas came from, I think it's brilliant. This is really good work. So yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't know you were a designer until you told
and
me.
it's something that we need to sell the idea.
Oh yeah, of course. I think I think that is always the
I think that's something important. You need to sell it.
You do. Yeah. I think that is the thing that we designers need to learn to do better, because we are visionaries. All we know how to do, a lot of us know how to do, is create amazing visuals, right? Create amazing graphics. But we also need to get better at explaining why we do things the way we do, and why have we done things the way we've done it, in order to sell the idea, but also make sure that the client understands our thought processes and our creative process in order to fully buy into the idea, or to buy into the final outcome. But I think the problem is like, a lot of designers that I see, especially when I interview designers, they always just show the final piece of work, but they never ever show like how they came to that final outcome. Okay, where did the idea come from? How did you get to that? Was this tested to users? What was the feedback of your clients? What was the feedback of your users and stuff like that? I never see much of that anymore, and I really, really want to see more of that. And it really does help sell the idea. It really does give reasoning to your designs. It gives reasoning to the things that you are doing right now. So hopefully, if people are listening to this, definitely outline your process. It's really, really helpful when you're getting an interview. Just like what Thaís Durães has done here. She's actually outlined references of her ideas. She's also outlined why she came to the reason, or came to the final outcome. She also explained the challenges that she's had to face with the eagle, with the client demands and stuff like that. It tells the story. It really sells it to me, like how she overcame those challenges and finally come to this final logo, which finally got approved, that the client likes, and that sort of tells me that she really has thought hard about the final outcome of the logo. So. What do you guys think? Honestly, to the viewers here, what do you think of the logo? What do you think of the thought process? What do you think is there anything that she could have done better, or is there anything that you think that is jumping out to you? Come on, chat. Tell us. Talk to me. Exactly. So, exactly what people are saying. Storytelling is important. I really, really do. Cannot emphasize that more than anything. So yeah, storytelling is very, very important. Let's see what else the chat is saying. But yeah, they probably.
I think that's something that I really like to think that Tap2GG wrote. I like to reduce the colors.
Yeah.
Because it's expensive to print stuff here. I don't know in UK, but in Brazil everything is expensive.
Really?
So I like to reduce the colors to make it easier.
And you know what I like as well? You done it in black and white as well, to make sure that the logo works in black and white.
Thank you.
And because like that is something that that is so important when it comes to logo design.
Oh yeah.
Like when you design a logo and it doesn't work in black and white, then it's not a bloody logo. It's an illustration. That's what I need to say. Like if you're designing a logo, make sure it works in black and white. So just make sure.
And I had when I was living in Belo Horizonte, I had this neighbor, and they were I don't know how to say that. You know those clothes that you have um, like a sewing machine, but that oh my God, I don't know the word. The word. Just a second. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
let me translate
Okay,
it.
sure. If you create a plot that requires a coloured legend to be understood, it's not going to work.
Embroidered.
I agree.
Embroidered.
I
Does
agree with
that
everyone
make
in the chat.
sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I'm also agreeing to everything that the chat is saying. You know, they're saying that you've done a great job. Mm.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah,
And
no
I had
problem.
this neighbor, and they did like embroidered stuff,
Yeah.
clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me one day, like, they had this client who had a logo that was so thin they couldn't embroider it. I don't know if I'm saying this right.
No, you're all right. You're all right.
So I like to think that a logo needs to fit everywhere.
Yes, totally agree to that. If it doesn't fit in one area, it might not fit in other areas. So yeah, a logo has to be universal. So that's a big tip to any people that
Yeah.
want to design a logo or starting off to design a logo. I think this is pretty much like logo basics 101. I think a lot of our viewers are like seasoned designers as well. So I think they already know the basics. But for the people that are starting out in design, always design your logo black and white first, then apply the color later. That's what I think, anyways. So if it doesn't work in black and white, then it's not going to work with any other color. To be honest with you, you're gonna struggle. So, Ty, we're gonna come to the main questions now. Now that we got over your design questions, we're gonna talk about your career as a voice actress. Is that something that you'd be happy to oblige to? Right, okay, so we're gonna...
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now that we got over your design process, we know how you think, we know how you deal with clients, let's see how you think when you're working with your acting, your voice acting. That I really want to, dig deep on how you get into the character, that kind of thing. Okay, so people... so basically, Thaís Durães is the voice actress of Catarina Alves in Tekken 7. And those of you who do not know who Catarina Alves is, I'll show you right now. So if I just bear with me a second, guys.
Oh my God. What are you doing here with Shen if you don't know who she is?
Yeah, so this is Catarina Alves. She is a really cool character. She's a character that I use in Tekken personally until they absolutely butchered her and nerfed her to oblivion. But I still think she's a really cool character design. So this is Catarina Alves, and of course she's Brazilian. So that just fits fits you perfectly. So, all right. So let's go back to the chat, just so people know. Transition. Okay. Right. Catarina Alves. So, let me ask you a question. Did you have any involvement with the creation of Catarina, other than her voice? Were you involved with the design team in order to create this character?
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally? Okay.
No. I don't know if they changed something after I voiced to her.
Oh, okay.
But no, I saw draw an image when I first voiced her.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they changed something of her characteristic.
Right. Okay. So, like, when you saw the design of the character, when you saw her for the first time, like, what was your thoughts on the character? Like, when you saw her for the first time, what was going through your head?
I think the first thought was like, these breasts are huge.
Oh yeah. No complaints.
I mean, it doesn't quite work in real life for a fighter.
Sounds. Oh my god. Guys, you heard it
Seriously.
first time. Thaís Durães does not approve of the big breasts of Carolina Alves because it does not work in real life, apparently. It does not work in real life to have big boobies. You
No,
heard it.
I
You
mean,
heard it from her.
it's like even Lara Croft. Lara Croft had like huge boobs, but she doesn't have it anymore because in real life, like true fighters, they don't have this breast like this.
Oh
But I
man.
really like her looks and her outfit. I think her outfit is really interesting because it was not um, the reference I learned like a few months ago with a player. It was based on a North American singer. They
Which
quite
singer?
copied everything.
Which singer? Which
But
singer?
she sings Brazilian. She looks like Brazilian.
Oh, okay.
Anastasia.
Oh.
Seriously, they have pictures of Anastasia with the same outfit, the same patterns, everything like even the same pose with the hands on her her feet.
Anastasia, no way.
It's the same clothes.
You are kidding me. I did not know that was
But
influenced
she
by
looks
Anastasia. I'm gonna
Anastasia.
look that
There's
up
like
now.
this.
I'm gonna look that up now just to sort of see.
Yeah,
Like let's
take a
have a
look.
look.
Take a look.
Yeah.
Search for Anastasia Catarina Alves. You're gonna see the pictures.
Oh my god, are you for real? No way. Let me just type this in now. I gotta see this.
Yeah.
Katarina Anastasia
But I
Katarina.
really like the things they changed it, like the peacock feathers. It's a really like a carnival Brazilian stuff. I like that.
Anastasia Katarina Alves. Let's just trying to find some images. Let's see. All.
Let me see.
See if you can find it, because I can't seem to find the similarities on Google. I think. But that's really interesting. I did not know she was inspired by Anastasia. That is like, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna do a bit more digging. You know what I mean? Like later. I probably might not do that now, but yeah, I'll definitely have to have a look and see what the similarities are. That's completely crazy.
Where is it?
Yeah, did not know that at all. That is unbelievable. So, okay. So when it comes to her voice, when you were doing her voice, like how did you get into that mindset of Katarina Alves? Like, how did you sort of become that character with your voice? Like, how did you picture her, or like how did you envision her voice when you did her voice?
I tried to think of all the gaming background that I had. Like I played a lot of Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter when I was a kid.
Oh,
I
really?
knew Tekken. I didn't play it a lot, but I knew it.
Well,
So
Tekken's the best
I
franchise now.
tried to think on that. And also like strong. Yes.
Yeah.
And I like also thought on like Lara Croft, which is a female strong character, and I tried to follow the description of the lines, but also thinking how to make that happen in Portuguese because all these references that I had were like in English. I didn't have a lot of references in Portuguese to work in my head because all these games we played it in English.
Right.
And I'm also a fighter. I do kung fu. I did capoeira when I was younger.
Oh,
for
really?
A few months.
No way.
So when they first described her, I thought she was capoeirista.
You thought she's gonna be Christy Montero.
Eddie and Christy.
Yeah, Christy Montero.
So I created. Yes. So I created this image in my head, like what works for a capoeirista, And when we reached the line of "I'm gonna kick your butt to hell and back," I had like a huge LOL blast because it's a funny thing to say in Portuguese. Eu vou chutar a sua bunda.
Wow, that's
It
amazing.
doesn't work quite well.
Yeah.
And so I was laughing, and then the team, the Japanese team, they were via Skype following the recording,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Why are you laughing?" It's a serious, it's something like she needs to be intimidating,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
like laughing my lungs.
No way.
And
Oh
then
my god.
we explained that that phrase didn't work in Portuguese, and we had to change it. But then they re-explained the character, and we understood she wasn't capoeirista, she was a kickboxer, and the kicking was important.
Yeah. Yes.
And I was
Yes.
like, okay, now it makes more sense. It stops being funny,
Yeah.
and it starts to make sense.
Okay. Okay.
So I had to change my mindset to understand the character, and just find out a way to make it intimidating.
Mm, mm, mm. That is really cool. Wow. So like, did you have to self-translate the lines yourself? Like when they sent you the lines, the script, like what were your thoughts? Did you think this is not gonna work in Portuguese, or I've got to change this? Like what was your thought when they sent you the script of Katarina?
We had the translated version
Mm-hmm.
already. It
Mm-hmm.
was done, and we also had the English version. That's why we read the "I'll kick your butt to hell and back." We read it in Portuguese, and it was like it doesn't work. And then we read it in English, and I was like, oh, okay, they're thinking in English.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there were other lines that the Portuguese wasn't quite, it wasn't good enough. So we read the English version and adapted a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some stuff like when she saved by Gigas, and she's like, "Como? What is that?" And she says something like this. I said something like this.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the line for that.
Yeah.
They just told me it's an expression. You have to make a surprise expression.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, but it depends on the scene. So they explained a bit the scene. I didn't quite understood because we also had the translation problem. It was a Japanese team with one translator to English.
Mm-hmm.
And then we listening to this in English and translating to Portuguese. And the second batch, I actually recorded in Milan because I moved there.
Right.
And then
Right.
we had the translation from Japanese to English, and then from English to Italian, and then from Italian to Portuguese.
Wow, that's a big circle.
So
Yeah, that's a big circle of translations there. Oh my god.
yeah, it was confusing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm quite happy that worked.
so like do you think Katarina will be in Tekken 8 then?
Okay, so nothing that I'm gonna say here is official. Okay, it's just my hopes and
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guys, just to let you know, this is
I gotta
all
make that clear.
yeah, yeah. This is not official news, by the way. So don't be taking snippets of this and saying, "Oh my God, Katarina's in Tekken 8." It's not that. This is purely just thoughts, okay, of the voice actress of Katarina. That's
Yeah.
it. It's just thoughts. So
Yes.
over to you.
I do hope she comes back because it won't make sense if she doesn't. We
Yeah.
have some storyline to we have some story to tell. You know, I'm waiting since 2015 to know what happens.
Mm, mm.
I gotta know what happens.
You've been waiting a long
So
time.
I hope she comes back
Mm.
because We have stuff to tell. Yes.
Yeah, I really hope she comes back. I think she's a great character. I really, really hope that they do continue her story, because I don't even know what's happening with her story with Gigas and stuff like that. It would be a shame if they just left it in Tekken 7 and left it unfinished. It's just like, okay, that wasn't really much of a story. Like, I really want to know what happens to the character. And then also, I like to know, are they going to make her great again? Because at the moment, she's like completely gone crap. You know what I mean? She's really good, but now she's gone crap. How does that make you feel? Like, seeing all the top players, for example, like people like Fergus, like Galanda, Spag, Vitalik, all these amazing Katarina players have now completely dropped her and using other characters. How do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
It makes me sad because I know she's a great character. She has so much to give, but they forgot her.
I know.
And I think that it's quite normal that they launch a new character and they want to buff it to make it a playable character, but you don't need to like nerf a lot the other one.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, she got nerfed hard, very hard. It was a massacre. What they done to her is completely unreal, unjustified in my opinion. But it's for me. I feel sorry for you because you are so active and so you're very involved with the community, and then like I feel like they didn't do you any justice by killing off your character. Because you're very involved with everyone. You talk to all the Katarina players. We love Katarina as a character design. And we also like how you're so involved with the community. But then, we felt that, I won't name the company, but I felt they done you injustice by not, by making a crap character now, and by not making her very, very good. So that's how I feel about Katarina now. I struggle winning with her now. Unfortunately, I have to use my brain.
I started to have this contact with the community a lot because of you and Rukang and Tekken Emperor. Like in the second semester last year, and I think it was a good thing that they buffed her right now. And I was like, okay,
in the right direction.
I'm gonna keep talking about her, and maybe they're listening.
Yeah. Fingers crossed for you. I hope they buff her again, make her great again.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Yes, all the fingers.
Okay. So here's another question: what other characters have you done, and what other games have you done in your voice acting?
I did Jackie Briggs for Mortal Kombat.
You did Jackie Briggs for Mortal Kombat. Well, there you go, people. The voice of Jackie Briggs is right here. Mortal Kombat fans.
Yeah, and one thing that I really liked is that they are both strong characters and fighters, but they are so different. And I wanted to make them different. Like Jackie is so down grounded and family and loyal, willing to sacrifice everything for her family, for her parents.
Yes.
And I don't know how far is Katarina willing to make this choice. And so it was a challenge for me to make them different.
Right, got you.
People won't think they're playing the same game.
Yes, I got you. Yeah, because I know Katarina's storyline that she's not very she's not very obedient, is she? She doesn't do what she's told from her father.
And not very emotional.
Yeah.
Jackie's really emotional.
Big contrast. So you have Katarina, who's very, like ignorant, very arrogant, and then you have Jackie Briggs, who's all about her family, trying to find a dad. You know what I mean? So you have two very contrasting characters here. You know what I mean? So, I didn't know that you were the voice of Jackie Briggs until I saw you on Instagram.
Yeah. And I also did, yeah, but I only did it in Portuguese. Uh, and I also did the voice of Kali from Rainbow Six Siege. And for me, it's like
What? No
few
way.
stats. Like we have Jackie Briggs, who's family and loyal, and Katarina, who's sassy, and then Kali, who's a mercenary.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So
So
how
I really like that. Kali is really bossy and all up for that.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So, I want to ask you, like, how did you like start off in voice acting? Like, you were sort of like, a designer in between your voice acting. Like, how did you go about finding your first job, or how did you know that voice acting was the thing that you wanted to do, and how did you find your first job doing it?
I was at drama school, the
Mhm.
drama college, and then um, a friend came to me saying that there was this dubbing studio opening and they needed actors. I lived in Belo Horizonte at the time,
Mhm.
and it was the first studio there, first dubbing studio. And I was like, okay, that's interesting because every dubbing project were made in São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro before. And I'm like, okay, let's try it out. And then I went there, and the first job that I did was like, I was like 20 years old. Yeah. And the first job was like a girl with 12 years old, and she was in a war period, uh, and her father was a veteran, war veteran. He was fighting, he was missing, and she had like nightmares about him. And I did this girl. It was terrible. The result is terrible.
No way.
There was this scene of she having nightmares with him, and she's like, "Oh my daddy, no!" And it was like, "Papai, papai, oh papai, no!"
Oh dear.
It was terrible. I didn't know how to approach the microphone to act only with my voice.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
But
challenge, isn't
I
it?
loved
Yeah.
it, the process. And then we started do a lot of cartoons. Like I did some cartoons that I was a squirrel. It's called uh, Firio and Fantasio,
Mhm.
and I did this squirrel, and it was a bit like, wait. I did like
What?
noises like that,
Wow.
and sometimes I dropped some lines like,
Oh my god, that's crazy.
and it was so fun to make it. It was funny, all the process. So I loved it.
That is
And
amazing.
then it just became a passion. It became a passion like right away, this
Yeah.
creative moment that I had there. And, but like 3 years later, I discovered that I had the chance to go to Rio de Janeiro to present a theater play.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I asked for a dubbing studio there to visit and to get to know the people. And
That.
I discovered that everything we did at Belo Horizonte was like a bit wrong. The
Right.
payments were very low. The rules, we didn't have rules actually. So it was like prostitution of the market.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I want to make things right. So I moved to Sao Paulo to work with that. It was my main goal. I wanted to work with that. It became my passion. I needed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I started dubbing here in small studios. And like 2 years later, I went to this Maximo studio that today is a keyword studio,
Mm-hmm.
and they make game localizations.
Right.
So it was where I got the chance to make Jackie Briggs and Katarina.
Ah, I see. I see. So that's how it all came together, right? So that's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what have you got any upcoming projects that you're working on right now as a voice actress? Like what projects you working on right now then? Or you're not allowed to
Yeah,
say?
but I cannot talk about it.
Oh, okay then. Well, we'll leave that another time. You can
We
tell me
have
you can tell me
lots
later
of
off stream.
NDAs.
Only joking.
Yeah, we have lots of
Yeah,
NDAs.
I bet. Not a problem. Okay.
But I did last week they launched Valorant from Riot, and I did the voice of Sage,
What?
and it's
You
a
did a
brand new
you
game.
did a you
We
did
are on beta, and I'm playing a lot.
you did the voice of Sage, did you say, and Valorant? Did you say you did a voice for?
Yeah, I did it.
No way! I did not know that. My God, you actually did a voice. Oh my God, you did a character in Valorant.
And it was
That's
so
big.
cool for me.
That is big. Wow.
Yes. And for me, it was so cool because I always play as a support. I'm always the healer in
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
parties. So when I went to the test, they didn't tell me this is a support character.
Mm-hmm,
They just told me, okay, it's Riot, and we have this game. It's going to be an FPS game, and that's it. So I read the lines, and I was like, okay, she's a healer, because I
yeah.
understand of healers.
Yeah. That's oh my God, I did not know that.
So I was
That's
like,
brilliant.
okay, that's my character. I'm sure of it.
No way, I did not know that you did the you did the voice of a character in Valorant. That is something new that I learned tonight. That is brilliant. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good gig as well, because Valorant has now become such a big game. It's like one of the most viewed games on Twitch right now. So that is a big thing. That's massive. That's brilliant. My God. Wow.
Especially because people are crazy because they want to drop a key. And I was like, I waited 27 hours to drop my key. I was like, please, God, please.
Wow.
And then after my key was dropped, the Riot producer wrote to me saying, do you want a key?
Oh,
I was like, oh
no. Happens all the time, right? Happens all the time. You know, when like people are supposed to give you something, but they don't give it to you like till later.
But the game is awesome.
Okay, right. I'm done with all the questions, by the way. I'm gonna leave it to the viewers. I'm sure our viewers have got a lot of questions they want to ask you. Would you like to answer some questions from the viewers? Would you be okay with that?
Diego is here. Oi, Diego, tudo bem?
All right. Okay. So we're gonna answer. So viewers, if you got a question
Diego's a friend of mine.
Who is?
He's a geek too.
Which one's your friend?
His name is Sim, eu sou geek.
Oh,
and
okay.
also Leah is here too. Hey, Leah.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna leave the viewers.
Leah Mello is the voice actress of Kiana from LOL.
What? We have another voice actress here on my stream? A LOL voice actress? No way.
Yes, it's the Silva Sour.
I'm following you. I'm following all the voice actresses. You know what I mean? That's amazing. What the hell's going on here? Wow. So I have
She's doing a lot of Valorant streams.
Really? Right. I'm following you. Wow. Celebrities all over my stream. This is amazing. Well,
Everybody following Simpson Geek and Silva Sour.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to follow them. I'm definitely going to follow you guys. For sure. but that is unbelievable. So we had Thaís Durães, who is the voice actress of Katarina, the voice actress of the Sage in Valorant. We also have Silversaw, who's also a voice actress in League of Legends. Which character is it again, if you don't mind?
Yes.
Which character is it?
Kiana.
Kiana. Okay, Kiana from League of Legends. I'm lost for words. Lost for words.
And she's awesome. She's a good friend of mine. And she's also a translator. She translates like all the good movies here in Brazil. She translates from English to Portuguese.
Oh my god, you sound amazing, Silversaw. I'm definitely following what you're doing. That's amazing. Great stuff. So, right, over to you guys. Like, if you got any questions for our special guest before we end the show, please shout up on the chat right now and we'll try and get through all your questions. So, you got any questions for our designer / voice actress for Tekken, Valorant, Mortal Kombat? Right here, right now, here's your opportunity to ask a gaming celeb something that you want to know. So let's go. Okay, so we have...
Tattoo GG, I don't know how to say that.
Yep.
How did I learn acting? I started as a kid. When I was 10 years old, I started at the drama club at my school. Mm-hmm. And then I went to drama college. And that was it. And I am always trying to learn new stuff. Like Leah and I, we are taking singing classes. So it's a good thing to improve our work. So that's it.
Okay. We have a question from Fortress. He asked, do you know any other Tekken voice actresses or actors? Have you interacted with any other actors or actresses in Tekken?
No, I don't. When I did the second batch for Tekken, when I was in Milan, I tried to contact the voice actor of Miguel, but they didn't give me his contact.
Miguel! Oh my god! He's my other character, so please, if you can get hold of him. I want him on the show as well. Miguel, Fortress, you heard it. You're Miguel main as well.
I would like to. It would be nice.
Yeah. Oh, imagine having you and the Miguel voice actor
people are
right
always
here.
Asking me about Eddie and Chris's voice actors. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That will be very interesting if
yourself
and Miguel were on my show talking about Tekken. That would be amazing.
I'm going to try to find him. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, annoy him for me. Say like his biggest fan, Shen, wants him on the show. ASAP. I will fanboy all over him. I will fanboy all over that guy. And I'll say like, his character inspired me to be who I am today. His character made me like the Tekken player that I am. So,
whoa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Katarina too. Yeah, also Katarina is a good.
You gotta learn some Italian too, right?
I gotta learn some what? Sorry.
Some Italian.
I know some Italian, not too much, but I know some Italian. But I know Miguel's Spanish. Is he not Spanish? He's Spanish, right? I know Claudio's Italian.
Isn't he? Oh no! I'm mixing everyone. I tried to contact the Claudio character, the Claudio voice actor.
No, I don't want Claudio. I want Miguel. I want the Miguel.
I'm always watching you play with Miguel, and I'm always thinking.
No. I want the Miguel actor, not Claudio. Who cares about Claudio?
I keep thinking, oh, it's that character, Miguel. No, it's Claudio.
No. Oh, okay,
Oh,
fine.
he's Italian. I was living there, so I
Nah,
wanted to meet him.
that's fine. That's fine. You know what? I meet anyone. I do play a bit of Claudio myself. You know, because he's
Yeah,
got the best hop kick in the game. So yeah, definitely Claudio. Definitely get Claudio. And try your best to try and get Miguel as well. Get the Miguel voice actor. That would be amazing. Miguel hype. Miguel hype. Rukang's in the chat, by the way. Rukang, have you got a
it
question?
would be nice to like find all the other voice actors,
That would be
like make
amazing.
a challenge with all the voice actors or something. It would be interesting.
That would be
I
amazing.
have no idea how to contact them.
Yeah, yeah. I'll see whether we can arrange something. We'll definitely try and arrange something. I'll see whether I can try and network with a few people and see whether I can get hold of the Miguel voice actor or the Claudio voice actor as well. So, anyways, questions over to you guys. And Rukang, thank you for tuning in. We have Rukang on the stream as well. If you guys got any questions for our special guest, please let us know.
Okay.
So, has anyone got any questions?
Leah, I'm terrible at fighting games. I'm really terrible. I would like to play more Tekken. When she was released, I played with her, but with a friend. I didn't even buy the game. I have to be honest.
Oh, I missed a question.
But I played with a friend,
Hmm.
and it was so terrible, guys. I kept dying.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like to hear myself dying.
No, I don't think anyone wants to hear anyone dying. We have a question from Zen Zombie, by the way. So Zen Zombie asks, do voice actors ever have any say in a character's look, and do your characters live up to the design that you imagined?
I don't know the others. I didn't change anything on her looks. It wasn't part of my process. They sent me the done character to give her voice. And the second part, what was that? Second question?
Second question is, do your characters live up to the design that you imagined? So, did it reach your expectations, the character design of Katarina? Did you like the design? Was it? Did you feel happy with it?
Yeah. I think Katarina's design is it shows a lot of her personality. Like she's a bit arrogant, she's sassy, she's bossy, and I think her design shows that. I would lose the high heels. I don't think that's good for anyone. It must hurt more herself than the opponents, but I would lose that. But I think that the character, the looks, it fits.
It fits. But didn't you say you didn't like her breast size either?
Yeah, no, it's something that I understand why is it like it is. Because the sales of a fighting game is more focused for a male public. So I understand why that happens, but I don't think it's very realistic. So I would change that. Since we are in a more feminist world and girl power and all, we don't have to make all the female characters that sexy. You know, we can make some more normal, more natural. They don't have to be this sexy all the time.
Yeah, I think.
But I liked it.
I think Mortal Kombat. I think Mortal Kombat's done a good job. Like, they didn't sexualize their characters. Like, if you look at Jackie Briggs, she's all armored and stuff, but what makes her so good is like the way she fights. You know what I mean? Like, that's like proper, you know, girl power there. You know what I mean? And like, and if you look at Katana, she used to have really huge breast in the older games, you know what I mean? And then and he had her in really skimpy outfits, like looks like a swimsuit. But now she's fully clothed in armor, and I think she looks amazing, you know, as a warrior princess, you know, they really
like Lara Croft, big boobs, really small waist. I forgot how to say this. Waist, right?
Waist.
And
yeah.
And they want to make a strong character, but with that thin waist, it doesn't work. We gotta have some abs.
yeah. Get some stronger females out there, people. You heard it from our voice actress, Thaís Durães. More stronger females, please. And we have a question from Rukang. So Rukang's got a question for you. So he says, "Thank you to Thai for spending time to communicate with the Tekken community. You are great. How did you find out about us?"
Well, it was actually because of Rukang.
Oh, really? So you met Rukang first? Where did you meet him? Was it Instagram?
There was yes, there was an Instagram account that they made like a post about me, and they tagged some characters like Katarina Alves, Jackie Briggs, and other characters. And then Tekken Emperor got to write to me. He wrote to me like, "Oh my God, that's you?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And oh my God. And then Rukang wrote to me. You wrote to me, and I was like, "Hey guys, how are you doing?"
Yeah,
I wasn't used to get this contact.
Yeah.
And then you told me, "Come to Twitter. Come to Twitter."
Yes, I did.
And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go there to see what happens."
Yeah. Because I only found out about you because you liked one of my posts on Instagram. I posted I think a Katarina combo video or something like that, and then I saw you liked it. I clicked on your profile, then I saw a picture of you, of Jackie Briggs and Katarina. I was like, no way, the voice actress of Katarina just liked my post. I'm gonna ask, is this a real account? Hello, are you really the account of Katarina Alves, the voice actress? If not, go away. If you are, hey, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Katarina Alves. I use her. She's my main character. So yeah, that's completely crazy.
I can't actually remember who told me about you. Someone sent me your profile. I don't know if it was Rukang or Tekken Emperor. Someone sent me your profile and told me there's this guy, he plays with Katarina, and was like, okay, that's cool. I never seen anything about Katarina anymore, so that's good.
That's crazy. Like, it's small world. It's a small world, right? It's a small world. Okay, so let's see. We have another question. We have a question from Fortress who says, "Who do you think is the best looking Tekken character?" Which of the characters would you date?
Oh, the best looking.
Yeah. The best looking male character and best looking female character. So which one? Like, you know. You don't know all of them, do you?
I actually like Miguel.
You like Miguel?
I like his looks. No, I don't know all the names. I keep confusing the names on my mind, but I know the looks, and I actually like Miguel because he's not that. He doesn't look that aggressive. He's not if he was a real person, I wouldn't run from him in the street.
Really? You would not run from Miguel? I would be scared of Miguel if I met him.
Strong but not aggressive.
If I met him in real life, if there was a real Miguel, I would be scared. I'd be like, I will not want to mess with that guy. I do not want to be punched in the face by that guy at all. You know, he looks savage as hell. So, Yeah, Miguel.
No, like the other ones are really what's the name of the son? The oh my God.
Jin Kazama. Jin Kazama?
Um yes, I would run from that guy.
From Jin!
He's weird. He's aggressive. He looks like
You reckon Jin looks more aggressive than Miguel? That's the first I heard that. That is the first.
seriously.
Or is it Kazuya?
Yeah.
Or do you mean Kazuya? That is too funny. That's too funny. That's brilliant.
Oh, now I don't know.
Right. Then we have one more question. So we have one more question, and then we'll call it the end of the stream. So the last question is, first of all, this one's from Sophie Key or Sophie K. So he says, first of all, I just want to appreciate Ty's interaction with the community while doing voiceovers for different characters. Which one gives you the hardest time to develop? Which one is like the hardest character, to develop your voice with?
The hardest.
Yeah, the hardest one, the hardest character.
I think it was Katarina.
Really? Interesting.
I think it was Katarina because it was original voice. The other ones, I had the English versions. So part of the job was done. I had to follow the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And Katarina was something that I created. So for me, it was the hardest one. Yeah.
Interesting.
And especially because it was the first big character that I did. So I didn't have that much experience to make it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to improve it, to make her again, to improve some stuff.
Cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. Like, well, that was a very, very interesting stream. You know, like I learned so much about you as a designer. You know, your thought processes, how you think, how you create ideas. But then I learned how you evolved. You know, from acting to design to becoming a voice actress. That's amazing, and I did not know that you were the voice actress of a character in Valorant, which is also another thing that I learned about you. It's been really, really good. I really learned so much about you, in terms of your career, how you evolved, and I found it very, very fascinating to hear, and I'm sure all the viewers here as well agree that that it's been a pleasure having you on here. But yeah, please do your best to try and get hold of Miguel's voice actor, because I would love to have him on here as well.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Miguel, right? Not Claudio.
Yeah. Okay. So.
There's one thing that I would like to share with you. You told me once that you had no idea of how to really pronounce my name.
Yes.
I like the way you pronounce it.
Oh God, here we go.
I like how you call me Ty.
Yeah.
But I would like to give you a tip. If you want to say it more completely, I don't know how to say it. I have a phrase that I used in Italy to help my friends there. Right, I'm gonna write it on the chat.
And I have to read it, right? Oh God, is this a language test? Oh God.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm being tested now, guys. Oh no.
It's weird, but the sounds make sense.
Okay. Tell me. Show me.
So you just have to think that ta is, because the strong syllable is do ranks. So Thaís Durães.
Thaís Durães. Is that how you say it? I can't say it, guys.
Yes.
Is that right? Oh my God. Well, I learned how to say your name properly.
But I really like the way you say Ty.
Okay.
It's really cute.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my god, we have Ice Beam here. We have Ice Beam who just joined in, and we're just about to exit the stream. I'm very well, thank you, and hope you are well. Okay, let me try one more time. Thaís Durães? Is that how you say it?
It's missing the S. Durães.
Durães.
Brains.
Right. Oh my god. Right. Okay. We're gonna have
Think of multiple rains.
raise. Okay.
It's
Tied
raining
through
a lot.
raise. Okay. Tied through raise. Okay. Okay. That's why. No problem. No problem. You know what? I'm gonna speak to these guys and the viewers. I'm
Yes,
like,
yes, you did it.
yeah. Thaís Durães. Okay. I'll remember. I'll remember. All right. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you very much for Thaís Durães for tuning in, for coming onto the stream. It's been absolutely amazing. I learned so much today from her. I learned about her career, I learned about her design career, her acting career as well, and how she transitioned into a voice actress, and how she's now also the voice actress for Valorant. I did not even know that until tonight. That was brilliant. But guys, if you got more questions for Thaís Durães, then make sure you follow her on Twitter. I'll definitely post her at on Twitter. If you guys want to follow her, make sure you give her a follow. And if there's anyone else that you like me to have on the show, then let me know. But also stay tuned for Thursday as we interview another designer. For Thursday night, we've got a designer called Drewface, who is also a very, very good designer who designs stuff for Electric Clash, and also very well known within the American scene. And that is it for tonight. And thank you very much for all of you tuning in. It's been awesome. Is there any last words you want to say to the viewers? Thaís Durães.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody, and keep up the good work. I love following the community, and I hope we can see each other one day. Let's hope this quarantine goes well, and we can all see each other.
You heard it from her. Everyone stay safe. Keep your distance, and also wash your hands and all that malarkey. But everyone, most of all, stay safe.
Stay home.
And stay home. And yeah, stay tuned for the next streamcast or podcast. So thank you very much. Take care, you guys, and good night.
See ya.
Okay.